Today is May 22nd, 2020. I am your host, Jim Hudson. Thank you for joining me. I'm not sure actually if the stream starts when I click the button or if it starts just whenever it feels like it. I'll just go ahead and repeat myself. Hi, welcome. It's Friday. It's time for Sketch Desk. I'm your host, Jim Hudson. We, as a community, are known as the Scene Shop. This is something that we do on Friday. We write a sketch together from scratch, and we talk about some rules that, not hard and fast rules, break them if you want to. Look, it's your sketch. But we do have a couple of rules that we try to follow together. Like rule number one is, I usually have a cup of coffee. I just like coffee. Now let's see. Let's get to the writing scene, shall we? Here it is. Now, the way that we start this is I sort of babble like this at the beginning of the stream. And then as friends join us, the chat suggests things that we could write a stream about. And then sooner or later, we reach some kind of consensus between the chat and myself. And then we start to write that sketch. And we usually finish it around an hour-ish. Let's see. What do I need to tell you about? I hope that you are being safe and healthy and happy wherever you are. I hope that you're writing your 5 daily jokes. As you know, our Scene Shop philosophy is based on just staying motivated at all times, just keeping that momentum and keeping writing. And one of the ways that you can do that is 5 daily jokes. So the deal is every day you write 5 jokes and make them terrible. Don't sweat trying to write good. Just keep moving. It's really helpful, especially when you go back and, a joke that you write today, as you're writing it, you're like, oh, this is garbage. But when you read it a month later, you will have forgotten that you wrote it, and it actually turns out to be pretty good. So come on, chat friends, let's hear you. What do you want to write a sketch about today? Let's see. I'll look through the news while we're waiting for you guys. If you are not familiar with us, if this is your first time watching us do this stream, we do sketches on Friday with Sketch Desk. On Monday, we're working on a web series together called Death at the HOA. It's at the same time, 3 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, we do a monologue jokes writing stream. So they're all at 3 p.m. Okay, we got Momo Siegel's got an idea for us. Volleyball players and firemen complete to do mundane tasks. Okay. I like it, but I think something that I'm always trying to think of when I'm coming up with something like this is like we need like that third idea. I like that you guys' words are appearing over my face though. That's probably cool. Can I move that? No? Well, it's all right. I don't mind if your words are over my face. Hello, Chat Wardhan. Thanks for joining us. The meteorologists on the news forget to take their pills. Global warming causes hell to freeze over. I don't, on the global warming idea, that's not a bad idea. I just think it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit off the shelf. I think we would need like a third idea to get into the mix, so it could be a little bit more, a little bit weirder. Meteorologists on the news forget to take their pills. The one time the meteorologist was correct, says Voodoo 463. I don't hate that idea. Good cop, dad cop. That's pretty funny. A game show with over-competitive contestants with the host being the dumb one. Yeah, I feel like that's there's some funny stuff there. Going to the top floor of a building and every new person creeps out an elevator fart. So far, Enigmave, that's my favorite. I dig that. I dig that so far. Let's see. And then escalation happens. Okay, you're talking about a game show or over competitive. We just did a game show not a couple of streams ago. So a game show is always a pretty fertile sort of a thing. I mean, that's pretty common. The devil tries to live in our world as hell has frozen over. Yeah, I still think we need like I still think it needs to be something a little bit weirder than that. I mean, like there's nothing wrong with that premise, but I think it would work better if it was like the devil's at Home Depot renting a propane burner of some kind because he wants to try to unfreeze hell, or what else like that, or like he's buying a nest because it's something like that. But I still think that including the hell is frozen over part of it is sort of damning us to some kind of trodden ground. So I worry about that a little bit. A dead girl hears for the first time and hates her boyfriend's voice. A deaf girl hears for the first time. That's funny. I gotta say, so far I like Enigma's fart idea. So far I like the fart idea. I do like the deaf person hearing for the first time, and then they're like, what if it's like a deaf person is able to hear for the first time, and they're like, oh my God, what is that annoying noise? And no one wants to tell them that it's their own voice. Let's see. A classroom where a teacher keeps asking others easy and one guy tough questions. That's a really great idea. Moving home from a big city to the country and your neighbors have turkeys and cows. Yeah, I like that. Especially if it's like the city person is trying to understand turkeys and cows in a city way. So it's like, oh, that's the turkey neighborhood over there, and it's like, no, we don't have neighborhoods. This is a barnyard. All right, let's go for the fart idea because I like that the best. I think that's funny, and I also what I like about the fart idea is I think it's going to be a woman who gets turned on whenever her BF removes his spectacles. That's a great premise, but I also think it's pretty visual. Like I think you would have to show the, but I also think it would be like it would have to be like she's turned on whenever anybody removes their spectacles. Then the sketch would be he's like he's taking her on a date and he's like, hey, you know that you told me how you get turned on whenever I take my glasses off. And she's like, oh yeah, I love that. And he's like, well, I thought tonight on the way to dinner we could just stop in this shop and get some new glasses, huh? And she's like, yeah, that'd be great. And then like a bunch of other people come into the shop while they're in there and she's getting turned on at these other people taking off their glasses. And then that would be some like conflict. She gets all bothered at Clark Kent, but is not for Superman. Yeah, I dig that too. I think that's a good beat. But let's go for the farts. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, so by the way, guys, you will be pleased to learn that we are now pro Writer Duet members. What does that mean? Well, it means we can have as many collaborators as we want, which is good because that's how we're that's how we're remembering who's getting credit for what, as far as not who's getting credit for what, but who we're going to include in credit in the credits for our Death at the HOA thing. The Fartivator. Okay, that's funny. Okay. So let's try to make this super serious. Like, what if it's like a representative of the company and somebody who's interviewing to be who's interviewing to work there. So what I want in the elevator is a sane person and a crazy person. So I think it's like, yeah. Let me start it and then you guys tell me what you think. What are these people's names? I think it's going to be two ladies. No particular reason for two ladies other than I just don't want any sort of suggestion of like I don't want it to be like a locker room thing with two dudes where it's like, hey, farts. I want them both to be to be not pleased about it. Excuse me. Marigold and Pennyworth. I like Agnes, Chris, and Cindy. I like Agnes. I think Marigold is a little bit too fancy, but I do like Agnes. And Martha. I like Martha. Thank you, Stargirl. Let's do Agnes and Martha. That screams the old woman name. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with old people names. Trust me, I have one, and I am one. Let's see. Who? I think Agnes works here. They are laughing together. So I want it to open like, ha ha ha, ha, like politely. Chad had a cat named Agnes. Horrible pet. Stargirl suggests keeping Aggie short for Agnes. I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep it long. It might not matter anyway because we might not need their names. They're just there. And we'll just head up to the great. So I think here the elevator closes. Yeah, I think that's enough time. Great. I was pleased to hear him. Elevator dings. Can I tell you the name of the premise of the sketch again? Yes, it is. Eddie may have suggested an elevator where. What did you say? I'm gonna scroll back up. Going to the top floor of a building and every new person creeps out an elevator fart. So basically, it's War and Peace, the book Warlock that I'm currently reading. And then this fart sketch is somewhere in between those two literary works. Cormac McCarthy actually has written a couple of fart sketches. You're familiar with his work. Blood Meridian and Fart Meridian. Oh, boy. You guys have read Cormac McCarthy's Fart Meridian, haven't you? Get on the stick. Jeez. Call yourselves writers. Elevator dings and doors start to open again. A man. Let's call him Jerry. I think, so what's happening now in my mind is I think we need a little bit of foreshadowing here, because I think at this place, I think Agnes knows that she works at a company where people fart in the elevator. I think there's some rule of this universe that we're in where farting in the elevator is an accepted thing. So here we go. So everyone silent farts, and then eventually someone loud farts, and everyone blames them. Yeah. Well, let's keep that in your mind. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Jerry, not now. Excuse me for my spelling. It's not so good, apparently. Nervously is not spelled with an I. And then maybe Jerry needs to be, he looks uncomfortable. Okay, so what? Jerry says prepare for action. That's funny. Let me catch up on the chat here really fast. Have an automatic air freshener that detects farts. At least you didn't accidentally type erection. That would never be an accident. Jerry says too late. Yeah, I want him to have some kind of thing where he's like maybe he has a noise where it's like maybe everybody has a noise that they do. I'm thinking here about the first episode of did you guys see the first episode of Mr. Show, like season 1, episode 1? There's a sketch where Odenkirk comes into David Cross's convenience store. It's like, can I get change for $1? And Odenkirk is like, and then he goes in the back and he asks his boss, and he's like, can this guy get change for $1? And that guy's like, me, and they all have a little noise that they do while they're thinking. So that's something that we could do. So let's see. So maybe we'll just have him do so like I'm putting that in there, and what I would do as I'm directing the sketch is I would say to the actor, I would just have the actor go through a couple of them and see what they could do that I liked. because if you think too hard about a moment like this, and then whatever moment you've thought so hard about doesn't resonate with the actor who's playing the part, then there's going to be like a mismatch there. And I don't think you're going to get very good results. But this is a good moment to say to an actor, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. Let's try to run through a couple of those. What do you think? And then they'll do one or two. And usually they're going to have one that makes them laugh and makes you laugh. And that's the one. So don't bother writing this moment. But what I'm thinking is like Jerry's like he's like standing there. He like gets on the elevator and he's like his tensed and like his body is tensed up, and then he does like a you know Chad McNaughton is calling it a fart tail. Yeah. So like yeah. Walks away. Don't need a space there. Why is Jerry not capitalized? Because I'm a fool. That's why. She covers her nose. Here's what I think is funny. Smells it instantly. No reason to waste time, right? Maybe that's not so good. Oof. Maybe that's Agnes. We'll go back and decide if we need that line later on when we do the read through. Okay, so quick review because we just hit page 2. There you can see the number, page 2. I like to do a quick review. If you guys have seen this, if you guys have seen us write a sketch live before, you know that when I hit page 2, what I like to do is go back and do a quick review and determine where my inciting incident is. So where did I get into Act 2? We'd like to see that around halfway through page 1. We definitely want to see it before we get to page 2, just because of there's no reason to I almost said there's no reason to fart around, but you know what I mean. And I think our inciting incident is right about here, because this is where something weird happens. The elevator dings, door starts to open. Jerry, not now, takes the next one. Next one, forget it. This is happening. Jerry gets on and he farts. So it's like the second half of page 1 is our inciting incident. So that seems pretty good. Thanks a lot, Jerry. And now he's off camera. Rules are rules. Elevator's not a character, doesn't need to be capitalized. Okay, so let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. Jerry says, prepare for action. That's funny. Jerry says, let's hope Jim isn't in today. So you've been talking to my wife. Your sound effects on the clicking of the jury just made me laugh. I'm glad. That's what we're here to do. We hope you laugh. Or just physically looks uncomfortable and then looks really comfortable. Yeah, I just wanted there to be some sort of physical sort of thing. And they run it all the way up to the president. You're exactly right. You've seen the sketch. Do all their silent farts set each other off like yawns? That's a funny beat. I like that. Cover-ups. Martha wears an oxygen mask. That's funny. What if she has like a she has like a spray or something like that, or a mask like that? Maybe the elevator should have a button that deploys oxygen masks like an airplane cabin. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Good one, Manolt. Keep the farts in. What if the next person says something about how the second elevator is broken, so everyone has to take this one? Now, that's a great point, Stargirl 1521. Because I was just going to talk about how we want to escalate. So now we know kind of what the sketch is about. We know that people are getting on the elevator and they're farting. So how do we escalate? So I think we need the next person needs to be worse than the first. Because we're in Act 2 now. So we need our second Act 2 beat. And then we'll get to our third Act 2 beat. And that needs to be something way, way over the top. Like, what if we have a weirdo who loves the smell and comes in the elevator just to sniff? Yeah, that could be our third escalation. But I feel like we need fart number 2. Cosmetics company Martha's interviewing for the waterproof mascara line. Eyes water, inspiration for a campaign interview. That's a good idea. A couple of people can get on at a time. Yeah. What if we have a it's tough because what if you don't have this person in your cast, but what if we have a really diminutive woman get on last? And she's like the Jade Scorpion, and her farts are like the worst. I was thinking the CEO would be the third beat. Yeah, that's good. Let's get to beat 2 here. Can there be an elevator operator who regulates the amount of farts a person can deploy in a week? Yeah. Reach it to 212. It sounds like we're building toward a consensus that the person that they're there to see needs to be a really loud farter. But maybe they get out of the elevator and they get in that person's office, and then that person's tearing it up in the office. But let's get through beat 2 here. Let's make a funny beat 2, and then we'll get to beat 3. Let's see. So why don't they just get off? Why don't they just get off the elevator there? Is the question I feel like we need to answer. I feel like I want this moment where Agnes is like she's like hitting the button to close the door, and Martha's like, "Why are you closing the door? Why don't you just let me off?" Can we get a quick recap of events so far? Yeah. Let's get through this beat. Because the stairwell is where everyone pees. Yeah. But why wouldn't they just get off the elevator and like hold the door open and like wave it out for a while to wave Jerry's fart out? Why is she hitting the button to get back in? There's got to be some kind of pressure there, like because I think so in the sketch, Martha is our sane person. Like she's in an insane universe, and she's a sane person, so she has to ask the questions that we as sane people would ask. She has to ask the questions that she has to preempt the audience in asking questions that they would ask, like why don't they just get off the elevator? I think it's like or speaking around her hand or handkerchief or something, like holding her shirt up like that. Ugh. Can I just... What about something like that? No time. Someone tries to hop on, but they've been previously banned for life due to the juiciness of their average farts. I mean, juiciness is funny to me. Late for the interview, boss has a colonoscopy in an hour. Yeah. But I'm just trying to think of how much we want, how much talking we want in between these two. Okay, so what is the boss's office? Excuse me, what is the boss's name? You guys were posting a bunch of ladies' names. What's another lady's name? Ruth. I like Ruth. Who said Ruth? Just want to shout you out for the credit for saying Ruth. It was Aaron, 1971. Good man. Wait. Martha wouldn't say that. Maybe we make this into 2 lines. I smell it in my dreams. I'm not saying that makes any sense, but it does make me laugh. I can take it. Yeah. I kind of want her to be like, she's like, what was the colonel's name? Shit. Colonel. Yes, Brando. Charlie, don't surf. Shit. I can't remember it. No, not mustard. That's funny, though. Talking about the colonel from the movie, which, the movie. Vietnam movie. Kurtz. Colonel Kurtz. Colonel Walter E. Kurtz. Francis Ford Coppola's film Apocalypse Now. Yes, indeed. Shameful of me to not remember that. The horror. I smell them in my dreams. Okay. So who's gonna be farter number 2? Do a farte. Uh, maybe it's a larger man, like a gentleman of size. Are we keeping with male farters? Not necessarily. Oh, Walter's good. Stargirl 1521. Great. Yeah, so the thing I like about male farters is that when we get to our CEO, and she's a diminutive lady, or a very prim seeming lady, when she shits her pants, it's gonna be it's gonna be a funny moment. Walter. He's we can tell from his appearance that his farts are Chernobyl level. What about a line of just going with the airflow at some point? Yep. A burrito in each hand. Yeah. He's holding a half-eaten burrito. Okay. Momo Siegel says, I want someone to show off and put a trumpet between their cheeks to show that even though they're not making much sound, they're generating the power. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna say, like, so she'll do something here to protect. It's still not clear why the office is a fart factory universe. That's true. It's not clear. I don't think it'll ever be clear. So I want Agnes to do something here where it's like, Agnes is like, she's like, oh God. So Walter gets on. And then Agnes, I want Agnes to do something about, I want her to like tear off the bottom hem of her shirt or something and like tear it in half and like give it to Martha. Or like, she like pulls her earrings off her ears and stuffs one up each of her noses or like her nostrils or something like that. Or like, yeah, stuffs her earphones. Yeah, okay. Tampon's a good idea. Who has a handkerchief anymore anyway? Can you cover your eyes effectively with the tampon, though? An industrial. I think that kind of ruins. I mean, a pad maybe, but I don't. Yeah. Plugging the nose. I like the hanky thing, I think. Maybe she's wearing a scarf. Hipsters have hankies, says telling us. Okay. Great. Walter's cheeks tremble. Can the fart audio include that annoying DJ air sound? Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. How do you spell Regatron? Reggaeton. Sorry. Pew, pew, pew. You know what I mean. And now I think it's like shit, that's not a Martha line, it's an Agnes line. You don't want to know what they do in the stairs. Um, there's a lot of stage direction, more than I normally use. It's a little bit more cinematic than I normally go with for sketches, but hey, what are you going to do? Someone's lips are pressing against the crack of the door, trying to breathe fresh air. Agnes starts singing a nursery rhyme to calm herself down. Yeah. Come on, fingers. Yeah, the Lord's Prayer. Yeah. So now we have to think about how to get out of this. Now, how to get out of this sketch. So what we've been talking about doing is having the CEO rip a very much louder fart. Be a sort of a diminutive person and rip a really loud fart. But my trouble with that is I feel like we went pretty hard with Walter. I mean, like the lights were flickering and stuff. What if it's like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Dinosaur Romance, silent but deadly for the final beat. Exactly. But how do we get there? Um, um, then Martha SBDs. Hello, Agnes. So I'm imagining like the door opens and they see that there's nobody there and they're like, whew. And then this Ruth person like steps into view and is like, hello, Agnes. And it's like it's like a it's like an Anthony Hopkins you know, are the lambs still bleeding, Clarice? You know, something like that. I'm having an old friend for dinner. I'm picturing Ruth just giving a little wink side-eye grin when she farts. Then it's a full-on opening of the arc, face melting. So, chat, I want you guys to talk about who's going to SBD here. Is it going to be Ruth? Or is it going to be Martha? Or what if Martha barfs and she barfs into a plant, a potted plant or something like that. Or like like she has a big like projectile barf, like the barfs from Stand By Me, where they had like tubes going up the side of people's faces and it just spray barfs. Could do a moment like that. Or or she pees. Anybody says your vote is Martha. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I got it. Here's what I think. Martha says, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview here, but this is just gross. And I'm leaving. And she leaves. And then there's a moment where Agnes and Ruth are like, yeah, well, it's too bad. She seemed nice, blah, blah, blah. And then they realize that Martha crop dusted them. What do you think? Yeah, I thought this was my dream job and company. Exactly right, Stargirl. Uh, uh, the only place to honk beef. Oh, come on, guys. Ugh. Yeah, that's what we want, Stargirl. We want a phrase that doesn't make any sense that nobody's heard before. I mean, that's what I want. Oh my God, Martha, I'm so sorry. You see, we have a strict no fart rule in common areas. There was a war going on. Maybe now is when she does the Colonel Kurtz. The horror. I don't know. Maybe Martha doesn't need to underscore that. Excuse me if you can hear the people cutting my yard or the neighbor's yard or somebody's yard in the background. You know, a simple fact of suburban life is that at all times somebody is running a motor of some kind to do something to grass. It sucks, but it doesn't suck that bad. Okay. I wanted to say something like a little bit creepy, like um, don't let this opportunity slip between the cracks. Oh, Stargirl 1521, you absolute genius. What does she say as she's leaving? So what I want is a line that's like, um, you haven't heard the last from me, or something like, uh, you'll know me when I'm gone, or something like that. Um, uh, come on, brain. Come on, brain. You can do this. Um, you haven't smelled the last of me. uh, this isn't the last you've heard from Martha Fartenstinkle. Um, thank you, Chad. My fingers don't always cooperate, or don't ever cooperate, actually. Maybe it was like, maybe this is an Agnes line. I want Martha to have a bigger departure. Okay, let's work on that. Misspelled crop. Sorry, guys. Okay. So let's call that finish of let's call that finish of first draft. So now what we'll do is we'll go back and read it. We'll read it through and think about if we need to add any changes, take away anything, do anything like that. Now let's see. Or do they now SBD and realize it was her? Then Ruth tells Agnes to race to the bottom of the stairs to give her the job on the spot. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back and read it through. Here we go. And while I'm reading this through, I want you guys to think of a title. Think of a title for the sketch. Now, when we think of titles, what we really want for a title is something that's like silly and funny enough so that when you submit the sketch to a table read, the people who read it immediately laugh. And the reason we want that is we want people, fart of the deal. Yeah. The Fartivator. Yeah. Opportunity in the air. That's pretty funny. Stargirl 1521. That's really funny. I just think it's funny with the knowledge of what happens in the sketch. But you guys keep pitching. I'm going to do my read through. But anyway, so what we want for the title of the sketch is we want people to look at the title page of the table read and read it and be like, I got to see what this is. You know what I mean? Or you submit your sketch and they, I don't know, like you could title all your sketches, hey, dipshit. Just something that makes them at least go like, what? Because if it's just a silly pun, they might not read it. All right, here we go. Interior, an elevator. Elevator doors open. Agnes and Martha enter. They're laughing politely together. Agnes gestures toward the elevator and Martha steps in. So we'll just head up to the 10th floor and get your interview started. Elevator door closes. Great. I was pleased to hear from you, actually. I've always wanted to ding. Elevator dings and doors start to open. A man steps on. Jerry, not now. Take the next one. Next one? Forget it. This is happening. Jerry steps onto the elevator. He looks uncomfortable. Jerry, no. Martha, press the door open button. Jerry does some sort of motion and or makes a noise here to indicate that he's letting a fart rip. Agnes and Martha react instantly. Oh my God. Oof. Elevator Elevator dings again. Doors open. Jerry walks away. Agnes calls after him. Thanks a lot, Jerry. Rules are rules. Actually, that was off camera, so rules are rules. Agnes stabs her finger at the door close button. Elevator doors close again. Martha, speaking around her hand or handkerchief or something. Hang on, can I just get some air? No time. Ruth has only a few minutes to meet you. But the smell, I mean, surely you can smell that. I smell them in my dreams, but it's just part of ding. Elevator dings again. Doors open to reveal Walter. He's a slovenly dressed engineer type. We can tell from his appearance that his farts are Chernobyl level. He's holding a half-eaten burrito if the production can afford it. Oh, God. It's Walter. Hello, Agnes. Walter, please, have mercy. It's Martha's first day. I don't actually work here. I'm just interviewing. You know the rules, Agnes. Walter gets on the elevator. Oh, God. Agnes pulls a hanky out of her purse or a scarf off her neck and hands it to Martha. What am I supposed to... Cover your eyes. My eyes? But isn't... Your eyes, Martha! Incoming! Walter rips an earth-shattering fart. He emits a war scream as he lets it go. The fart noise includes a reggaeton horn. Pew, pew, pew. You know what I mean. Agnes and Martha are blown to the walls. The power flickers. The elevator dings again and Walter exits. Martha and Agnes gasp for breath. They both dry heave. Martha tries to leave the elevator, but Agnes blocks her and pushes her back in. No, trust me. Whatever you think is out there, it's worse. The stairs. You don't want to know what they do in the stairs. We're almost there. Just hang on. Martha and Agnes share a quiet moment of terror, gasping at one another as the elevator closes and goes up again. We can see that they're both praying no one else gets on. Maybe they also do a few things to calm themselves down. Rosary beads, the Lord's Prayer, quietly singing nursery rhyme, etc. The elevator dings again. The door opens. No one is there. Both sigh with relief. Whew. Okay, here we are. 10th floor. Ruth steps into view. Hello, Agnes. Oh my God, what's she gonna do? Shit out a spider? What? Oh no. Did Jerry and Walter? Yes. Oh my God, Martha, I am so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I only have one female voice, apparently. I think it's a pretty decent female, but I only have one. I apologize. I'm not a very good lady. I'm a terrible lady. Oh my God, Martha, I am so sorry. You see, we have a strict no fart rule in common areas. The horror. And so now the only place to honk beef is the elevator. Honk beef, guys. Look, I don't care. This place is gross and I'm out of here. Don't let this opportunity slip between the cracks. Elevator dings open. Martha gets in. Do we have a moment here that's like this? Okay, maybe a bad choice of words. Martha, holding her nose. Just remember what you did to me when I'm gone. Elevator closes. Ruth sighs. Agnes flaps her arm in frustration. Damn it. Sorry, boss. Lost another one. No. 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 We can't. So, like, takes a deep breath, nose only. I mean, she goes like, no. No, we can't let her go. Find her at all costs. What? Why? Why is she so important? Oh, she crop dusted us. Maybe we also need. Boom. Solid sketch, guys, my opinion. Okay, let's see what we got for titles here. Opportunity in the Air, solid. Elevator Draft, I like it. Fartivator. Right. Backdraft. Yep. What about Crack Draft? One Cheek Sneak. A Whiff of Success. That's funny. Fart Way to Heaven. Baby Got Backdraft. That's pretty funny. Farts Incorporated. Shitty Job Interviews. Don't Blow It. Why can't we have 3 beats of fart levels? We could. There's just, I mean, we're at 5 pages without another beat. So, Martha's Interview Series, Fart Elevator Friends, A Whiff of Success, Sweet Smell of Success. I think I maybe like Fartivator. I'm trying to think in terms of what would I like best if I saw it on a pile. like if somebody submitted sketches and the title of the email was the title of the sketch, what would I most want to read? I think the Fartivator might be it, especially since 2 of you suggested it. Let's go with Fartivator. I like that. The Fartivator. Sliding odors is funny too. Smellyvator, farting up the corporate ladder. Yeah, these are all good. You guys are good. You guys are funny. Yeah. All right. I think that's it, guys. I think that's our sketch for today. Let me name this chunk. I will post this. I'll download this and post it to the chat, our Discord chat. If you're not with us on Discord, do join us on Discord. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. My name is Jim Hodgson. If you are an Amazon Prime member, first of all, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. We got a new follower on this stream. Who followed us? A couple of people did. Twitchender and Victor Mann followed us during this stream, and Stargirl1521, who participated a lot and had a lot of great pitches. Thank you guys so much for following. If you are an Amazon Prime member, there's a way that you can subscribe to us, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it gives us a couple of bucks, which we will use to produce comedy like this. You can also support us on Patreon. We would love that. That would be grand. We do have a couple patrons, and thank them so much for doing what they do to support us. Looking forward to a time when we can get back to making sketch shows and other comedy and stuff like that when all this pandemic stuff is gone. My name is Jim Hodgson. I would also love it if you purchased some of my books, which you can find at readmyfuckingbooks.com. I also have a regular URL, jimhodgson.com, but readmyfuckingbooks.com is a little bit easier to remember. If you're not already chatting with us, you can go to our website at sceneshop.us, and you can find Discord links and all that kind of stuff. If you've got work that you're working on, bring it to us. We want to workshop it with you. We want to not only help you make your work better, but we want to, learn from you. So do be a part of our merry band of comedy writers. And have a great weekend. Richard asks, how do I find you on Amazon? If you go to our website at sceneshop.us and scroll all the way to the bottom. Can I do it in here? Can you guys see that? Yes. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a link here in big list o links that will tell you how to do this Amazon Prime Twitch thing. But if you also Google Twitch Prime subscriptions, you should be able to find it. And that would be grand because a couple of bucks goes a long way, Anyway, hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend. Have fun. Write your 5 daily jokes. Join us on Monday for Death of the HOA. And is the YouTube channel also Scene Shop? Yes, it is also Scene Shop. Again, thanks for joining us. See you later. Love.